Alright, well, it's pretty calm right now. And I'm telling you what, it's hotter than a $2 pistol. It's fine in the shade. Get out there in the sun and she's hot. Alright, what are we doing? I'm changing thermostats on this it's an 89 Johnson Evinrude looper. And yeah, so we're changing thermostats. You got one here, you got one on the other head, on the other side. And pretty easy. Let's do a kind of a just be careful with them. That's what I'm saying. There we go. Yeah, you don't. That's in the head, so then you'd be replacing the head. So just be careful. Careful. We got a, I don't know, 1 inch, maybe 1 1/4. They should all be the same size, I believe. I think, yeah, they are. So I've already taken the one out of the other side. This is a 200 horsepower V6 looper, Johnson Evinrude V6. And they had V4s. 4 bolts holding this side on, and these are kind of a unique looking thermostat. So they got like a little screw on here, and then you can see where these even broke on this side, but it's kind of a plunger deal. I don't know why exactly, but got some new ones. Alright, I got these on my online store and on eBay, but I'm going to put these eventually on my website, but this is a replacement for OEM. It's an aftermarket, but they're literally like a original equipment. So they're really well made. And it's a Red Rhino brand. You know, BR parts, but and the number is JE, their number is T37. This is going to replace a like I said, a looper 8992, like 3-cylinder. So we're going to have one for this side, one for the other. Actually, the OEM number 434137. Sorry, trying to think about this, but yeah, this is a thermostat for a V4 V6 that year from 88 to 92, and 434137, and it looks, you know, like this, right? So it's got this little threaded insert, and then now I don't have the gaskets. I don't think I was looking for that, but I do have the thermostats. Okay, but you're gonna need 2 gaskets, 394, 408, and these are Johnson Evinrude gaskets. So I bought 2 of them, and you can see how this one is put together, right? So we're gonna have this. It's gonna be like this. And it just, so this is the thermostat, but then we're gonna have this right inside there, and you just, all you do is you just, you know, thread it on to its seats, and then, you know, it's gonna go in just like this. You know, it's gonna go in like so. There is a little place that it slides into. Inside there, there's a little rubber deal. And if you ever have to replace one of those, you have to remove the head because the rubber is kind of on the other side. If they're corroded, you'll just want to put, you know, you might want to thread chase it. You guys know all this stuff. What am I talking about?
Get started now. With the right now.
Anyway, that's what it is, man. That's all it is. The biggest part is just be safe on your bolts getting that out, and then I'm gonna go tight, you know, like in a cross pattern. I'm just gonna go back and have them all like kind of hand tight before I give them another little. I mean, it's rubber. It's not gonna. You don't have to go crazy on them. Even if it heats up, it's not gonna really move on you. I just feel it till it feels tight. I don't know how many inch-pounds it is. It's probably not much. That should be good. We're gonna check it for leaks later anyway. Maybe not. Yeah, that should be fine. And I got the other ones out here, same thing. Just gonna do the other side. And this will make a big difference on your engine running like correctly or not. So yeah, it just goes on there like so. And this part fits up into this little rubber location. I don't know if I can show you. Maybe we can show this one to you. Let me get it back apart. I think I took it apart just waiting on my parts to show up. Wrong one. Yeah, this one I'd already taken off and ordered the parts. A lot of times I just like make sure I got the correct part. You know, just make sure when you buy the stuff, you know, you make sure you got the correct part. Try to match them up as best you can. Because they do make two different thermostats, I believe, for this. There's one that's like got a spring, and you know, so it's going to be different. And so now I can show you guys like right up in there. See, is that little rubber kind of indentation? You know, this is gonna go. See how the housing is. Real simple, but it just kind of fits up into that little groove, and that's it, man. I guess you could put some Loctite, but it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, I should get.
So the little hiccup at the first is probably because the fuel had been pressurized. See, now that the fuel is pressurized, watch, it'll just fire right up. No hiccups, nothing, so that's what that was all about. So we'll call that a win, and I think take it to the lake and go ahead and test it. Tell them to come get it. Anyway, thanks for subscribing and liking the videos. And we got Chucky over here. He's just working on a hummingbird graft that he got as part of his boat. It's weird. Like, for a second yesterday, it was mostly like not giving us the correct depth. So it was only 1.9 feet, and I knew that was wrong. And so then kind of looked at it and was like poking around, and then for a minute I had it reading the right depth, and but then it went back to what it was doing before. So I don't know, maybe could be the wire, could be the transducer. He thinks it was a transducer, so we had one that was pointing to the wrong transducer. I'll let you know what happens with that. Anyway, we'll see you next time.